After a month of traveling through Mexico's northern desert, it's finally time to head further south in search of waterfalls, bright blue rivers, and humid jungle. We're leaving the state of Nuevo Leon and crossing into San Luis Potosi. We're not sure what lies ahead of us, but you can rest assured we'll find our way through more epic Mexican mountains, culture, and history before arriving in an ecosystem that we have never before explored together. There are endless things in this country to see, and we only have a few more months left. So buckle up and let's roam. What was once unfamiliar and foreign has now turned into what we can only express as a new sense of home. Within the month that we have been here in Mexico, we have shed what little remaining uncertainty and apprehension we once had for being in a new country with a different culture, language, and people. Mexico and all its idiosyncrasies are all starting to feel normal. We welcome the smell of burning mesquite that greets us at the entrance to every town. When we wave and smile at the locals, they wave and smile back. What we once thought of as chaotic traffic is now a recognizable ebb and flow of drivers that makes sense. It's all becoming definitively familiar. So today we are still just outside of Monterrey. We're in the park still. We're actually on the same river that we were hiking on just like a few days ago. And we're hiking to Cascada El Salto, which it's probably not flowing right now, but it's still going to be a fun little adventure. And once that's done, we're going to start heading south to our next spot and to a few really cool Mexican towns in the mountains. Let's go! To our surprise and subsequent excitement, unbeknownst to us, Cascada El Salto was most definitely flowing. And this is the first waterfall we've seen in Mexico with a substantial amount of water coming down it. What do you think, babe?
Excelente!
Cool spot, babe. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Arriving back at the van and quickly taking into consideration how good the water felt and how warm the sun was on that day, we decided to stick around for one more night, then reposition the van closer to the water because why not? Spots like this are what we have been dreaming about since starting in the direction of Mexico. Although our time in the northern desert states of Mexico have been incredible, something I personally have never seen is jungle, plentiful waterfalls, and milky blue water. This place feels like we're getting a lot closer to that Mexico dreamscape. Well, our stay here yesterday was delightful, save for the hordes of people passing us all day long, along with the side-by-sides, blaring mariachi music, and off-road trucks and all that stuff. Viva Mexico. So we are heading south today. Kind of at random, we decided to stay here another night when we got back from our hike yesterday, just because it was so warm, it was so nice. We found a spot right beside the water, but it is finally time to leave this spot because there's a lot south of us that we have yet to see, and we want to go see it. So we got a wild drive out of here. We actually are very high up in the mountains, and we have a very long descent to get down to kind of like the valley floor where Santiago and Monterrey lie. And we haven't actually seen this road because we drove up here in the dark. So yeah, it's gonna be a first time for us seeing this as well. But first, breakfast. Pancakes! Sourdough pancakes. Ooh, is that cantaloupe?
See.
Ooh. Nice. High five. Ooh. Let's see. I don't know if I got it in me this morning, to be honest. It feels really cold this morning.
Take that!
Slippery in there, hey?
Near stuck both times.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think probably the LSD got us out of that one. If it was if we only had Then back down the mountain we went, weaving our way through the streets and out towards the steep and winding mountain road that delivered us here a few nights previous. Descents and mountain switchbacks like this, although there's nothing wrong with them, helps us appreciate the mountain roads back home with lesser grades and wider corners. If anything, just from a safety standpoint. If we weren't rounding a blind corner only to find another driver approaching us head-on, we were teetering on the side of a cliff that would mean imminent death if we somehow went off the side. It's just something else that makes Mexico distinctly Mexico, if you know what I mean. The bottom half of this mountain road, once the switchbacks had abated and there was room enough to put a home, was dedicated to serving the clientele of the tourist mountain above, and also had a thriving live-edge lumber slab market for some reason.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Did you go grocery shopping? Did you get everything that you ever wanted?
Sí.
Oh, good. That looks like a pretty good haul.
Yeah.
All right, today we're not eating authentic Mexican.
We didn't mean it. We're not ready for this. It was a crime of opportunity.
Indeed, it's right there. We had to do it.
Had to.
All right. After a week of staying in the Monterrey area, we were on our way south yet again. We are closing in on the next state, one we've been assured by many of our friends is a magical land of waterfalls, greenery, and that milky blue water we've heard so much about. But first, let's drive some more wiggly, winding mountain roads.
Cuando baja el sol, me acuerdo de ti, aquella noche triste cuando yo te perdí. Cuando baja el sol, me acuerdo de ti, aquella noche triste cuando yo te perdí. Cuando baja el sol, solo pienso en ti, y en el momento que te acercaste a mí. Cuando baja el sol, solo pienso en ti, y en el momento que te acercaste a mí.
Just another Mexican mountain road.
This looks to be camp for the night, and I think it's going to be pretty darn good. We're in the shade, close to running water. Check out those mountains. Spectacular. Sure do love Mexico. So apparently Meg may have gotten a little bit out of hand with the shop today. Oh lordy, look at all those delicious...
There's more.
There's more? Oh my gosh! Okay. It's like a smorgasbord of drinks. We've become our own rolling bar.
Yeah.
Way to go. So we're falling into a pretty nice rhythm of finding excellent places to camp and then not wanting to leave. So we're here. It is currently 11:17 in the morning, and I don't know if we're gonna leave today. We might just hang out here and enjoy the sunshine and the water. There's like a swimming hole right up the river over there, so we might go there. Who knows? In keeping with our policy of never passing up a chance to get in the water, another quick dip was due before returning to the road.
That is against the rules.
Gravel road.
Kind of gnarly, yeah, gravel road from smooth pavement. Just boom, it ends.
Yeah, we've got 30 kilometers of this. 30 kilometers, and it's giving us an hour to make 30 kilometers, so.
Who are they kidding? Maybe it's just a section or something.
I'm here for it. Although this little gravel side adventure never got very technical, it was hard not to notice how narrow it got in some places, even enough to get my heart racing at times. Something else we're learning while we have been driving around in Mexico is that on roads like this that we may consider rough, rocky, unkept, with the occasional butt pucker moment, are just another main thoroughfare for locals. Folks from this area likely drive this every day to work. If you're enjoying this film and want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It's a free and easy way to help our videos make it to a wider audience. At times like this, where we're going will suddenly snap into focus, and I'll be reminded that for at least another year, we'll be rolling along winding gravel roads like this that lead to places we've never been before in search of stories to tell and experiences to have. The stories, pins on our map, photos and videos we've already collected tell of a long and convoluted journey to get to where we are now. A story that is uniquely ours to tell and one we feel fortunate to share with you. It impresses upon me how long it has taken to get here. It was 2018 when the idea of driving the Pan Am popped into my head. 7 years later, here we are. If anything, take this as an example that the best things in life are often things you have to wait long or work hard for.
Move up.
It's really pretty.
Prettier than you.
Thanks. Thanks for that. We're gonna move on now. We don't have to look at that river anymore. And it looks like we're at the end of the pavement, maybe? Wait, no. Of course, the dogs immediately come to Meg.
Oh, you. I want this. I want you. Look at this cute thing. Oh, dang, sister.
Okay, it's a bridge. Well, we just drove over that bridge.
Natural bridge.
Yeah.
What do you think?
This is radical.
This is so cool.
The whole day had been unusually chilly, and as the sun fell behind the mountains, it only got colder. So we battened down the hatches and settled in for a cozy night, all bundled up in our covers. The next morning, we woke up early, aired up the tires, and started back west. Before finding the jungle, we had one last spot in the desert to check out. But it's a ways away, and with this cold and overcast weather, it's a perfect day to just drive.
Well, this morning was probably the coldest morning we've had in Mexico thus far. So we hit the road early and have been traveling for a little while, and now we're stopped beside a prison and having breakfast, which is cereal. So welcome to a life of living in a van in Mexico. Anyway, we are on our way to Real de Catorce. It is a town that literally every single person in the world has told us to go to. So we're going. Got 3 hours of driving today. Let's do it.
As Mexico has gotten in the habit of doing, it once again surprised us as we were suddenly driving through a landscape that looked an awful lot like Nevada, except with yuccas bigger and more plentiful than we'd ever seen anywhere in the USA. Before we knew it, we were leaving Nuevo Leon and entering into the state of San Luis Potosi.
We are now on the road to Real de Catorce, and it seems that the whole way is cobblestone, which is cool, but also totally sucks at the same time.
Can we fit in the tunnel?
Holy moly.
It's long.
This is a very long tunnel. Yeah, let's really let it up. Ah, there we go. Whoa. Okay, I get it now. Now you can see all the vehicles that are scraped to the ceiling.
Oh, this makes me nervous. Oh.
Holy heck.
What the heck? I thought that was the end. We made it. I'm not usually claustrophobic, but oh, that made me feel claustrophobic. That was too long of a tunnel for Mexico.
Real de Catorce is a historic town in San Luis Potosi, Mexico, perched high in the Sierra de Catorce mountains at over 8,700 feet above sea level. Once a flourishing silver mining hub in the late 18th and 19th centuries, the town was largely abandoned in the early 1900s after the mines were depleted. Today, it has transformed into a charming destination, attracting visitors with its colonial architecture, cobblestone streets, and mystical allure. Revered by the Huichol people as a sacred site, it offers spiritual significance alongside attractions like the Purisma Concepcion Parish Church, desert treks, and many mining ruins.
I hope this isn't spicy.
All dressed up in our best tourist outfits, we wandered the old ghost town for a few hours, taking in the sights, marveling at the architecture, and wondering what it's like to be an actual resident of this town.
Did you find the perfect door for you? Didn't we? Good job.
As it was getting late and we really didn't care for the idea of camping in the parking lot, we exited through the long 2-kilometer tunnel and found camp for the night, only to leave early again the next morning for another long drive back to the mountains.
What do we find?
Wow, look at this.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is really cool.
wow. Look at this mural.
Hacienda del Tepeyac, located near Ciudad del Maíz in San Luis Potosi, Mexico, was transformed in 1946 by businessman Jorge Pascal into an impressive estate. Featuring functionalist architecture, the hacienda included a mansion with numerous rooms, a library, a bar, a swimming pool, sports facilities, and even a private airstrip. The walls were adorned with stunning murals, both renowned for their contributions to the Mexican school of painting. Beyond its architectural grandeur, the estate was also a hub of agricultural activity and community development. Pascal introduced facilities such as a gas station, a store, a restaurant, and housing for employees, along with a chapel dedicated to the Virgin of Guadalupe, built at his mother's request. After Pascal's death in 1955, the hacienda fell into disrepair, leaving behind atmospheric ruins and the enduring beauty of its murals. Today, Hacienda del Tepeyac stands as a testament to a bygone era of ambition and creativity.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, it's a real echo chamber. Hey, you there? You there?
Mural.
You fancy a swim? That is one very deep pool.
This is by no means the first ambitious project that we have stumbled upon in Mexico, and nor will it be the last. I've often commented to Meg about how Mexico's civil engineers and architects are an ambitious bunch and often begin large projects only to run out of funding or something happens that stops its completion. We're not sure if this is due to a cultural thing, civil unrest, government, or something completely different. As we have been since we entered Mexico, we remain travelers in a foreign country, wandering about with open eyes and open minds in an attempt to gain understanding of the things we see and hear. Before this chance encounter, we knew nothing of this place. By being prompted to do some research, we're learning about little pieces of Mexico's history and culture. This place was obviously built by a visionary mind, and it's a shame to see it in the state that it is now. But I think it exhibits well what can be achieved by the hardworking and ambitious Mexican people.
So as of right now, we don't know what this place is. I think it's just like a...
It's like an abandoned like community, full-on community with like a school, and I feel like this was probably a church.
I feel like this is all a school.
The whole
Like if you-
thing.
Yeah, like this is like some kind of assembly area right here, and then this lower bit right here is a school. I don't know. I think we're gonna try and do the research and see what we can come up with as to what exactly this place was at one point. But it is super cool to walk through here.
I mean, I think it's what's on the mural. Like there was like a farming operation and
Kind of looks like a communist mural, but I didn't know that.
this mural, maybe.
A little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe it was a commune.
From there, we pressed on east towards the mountains. The desert's monotone color palette is quickly changing to various hues of green. There is moisture in the air for the first time since we crossed into Mexico, and when we open the windows, we can smell the unmistakable scent of wet dirt. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we found the jungle. Well, we've arrived at a camp for the night, we think. And it looks like there's a good spot down there, but there's no one here.
All the, like, our friends said it's free and only locals come here.
Okay.
Maybe it's just like high season that this is like in action.
Okay.
I don't know. Woohoo! Cold plunge! Really?
Full on, like, good warm.
No. Oh! It's like a hot spring! Oh, what? What?
Oh my gosh.
Is it a warm river?
I think so. That would be why it's steaming.
What?
Well, that's cool.
What?
That's really cool.
Without a doubt, this is most certainly the jungle and the start to a whole new chapter of our travels. As we head further south of here, we'll be wandering and weaving our way deeper and deeper into Mexico's vast jungle wild spaces in search of its best, most impressive waterfalls, rivers, and vistas. So here, beside a milky blue river flowing through fields of sugarcane, is where we'll remain for a few days to recuperate, catch up on work, and figure out what it means to now be traveling through a jungle. Fun fact, together with being in the jungle for the first time, this is the furthest south I have ever been on the North American continent. Yesterday, we passed the same latitude as Cabo San Lucas.
Where's the sun?
It's up there,
Up there.
behind them clouds.
Sorry, just now.
That right there, folks, is perfection in a bowl. Darling, what have you made?
Tortilla soup. Chicken tortilla soup.
And she also made tortilla chips. Wow.
Yummy.
Are we excited to eat?
I'm so excited. We haven't eaten lunch, so.
It's time.
Dang.
It's time. Oh, yeah. Get a little bit of tortilla on there. First bite. Perfection. Absolute perfection.
I left that there for you.
Oh,
So cute.
don't run away. You're cute. Hi. Hey, over here. Oh, this is good boy. It's okay. Oh, he's growling at me to get away from my food. Hi. Hi, good boy. Hi, good boy. Hi. Hi. Hi, good boy. Unlike Mexico's northern states, instead of consistently blue skies and a lack of moisture in the air, we have arrived in a place where the weather patterns shift from day to day. It's rainy and cool today, so we'll take it as a sign to sit tight, enjoy being stationary some more, and continue to catch up on work so we're ready for the next steps of our journey. We're excited to see warmer weather and to begin our grand tour of as many waterfalls as we can find here in San Luis Potosi. Thank you for being here and joining in our travels. We hope that our stories encourage and inspire you to get out, travel around, and create your own memories and experiences. Until the next one, keep on roaming. If you're interested in behind-the-scenes content, camp spots, and route info, or if you'd just like to help us out by putting some gas in our tank each month, you can contribute on Patreon. Also, make sure to check out slowroamers.com to grab yourself some stylish Slow Roamers merch.